We have reached a Game 7 here at Foley Field. The Georgia Bulldogs and Duke Blue Devils are going to go at it again as Duke stays alive, winning an elimination game for them earlier today. Game 6 was one of the better ones that you'll find in a regional. Mike Morgan, Greg Swindell, the longtime Texas All-American and 17-year veteran on the mound. And, Greg, you've certainly seen a lot of things. How about what we've seen from the Duke Blue Devils thus far? Every time we think they're done and out, they come through in a big way.
Yeah, you would think if you're down once and you come back with the Duke Blue Devils have been down this entire weekend, and they never say die. The Georgia Bulldogs jumped ahead early in this ball game, scoring 4 runs. They were up 4-1 at one point, but then Graham Stinson entered this ball game, and he started getting the slider over the plate and locating that fastball. He would go over 4 innings, strike out a lot, and really set the tone for the end of the ball game for the Duke Blue Devils. Griffin Conine got in the action, his first home run of the weekend. Dad's happy, Griffin's happy. And then Kenny Taylor would back him up with a 2-run home run right there. Then the 9th inning, we'll get a ground ball. A 1-2-3 inning for Duke. Strikeout right here. And an easy comebacker. And Duke would come back and win Game 6.
And really, Graham Stinson certainly deserving the game ball. He would go back on the bump and get it. That's a memorable performance for that young man. This could be a memorable regional for the Duke Blue Devils, a chance at history. They've never made it to a super regional before. So as we look ahead, some strategy now in Game 7. Again, the thing about a Game 7, there's always one team that's kind of behind the 8 ball. Duke's had to play an extra game, so while that bullpen is deep, they're a little bit thin on arms right now.
Yeah, you can run guys out there 20, 30 pitches maybe, but a key for me in Game 7 is you can't flinch. I mean, errors are magnified in this. You can't afford to let give up walks, hit batters, make errors, because it'll cost you in games like this. Game 7, very critical to keep it clean.
It was certainly a clean game. Duke just simply outplayed Duke in the last one. They came from behind, as they've been doing routinely in this regional. 3 times they've come from behind to win all 3 games. The winner of this regional matched up with the Lubbock Regional. Texas Tech has already advanced. So if Georgia wins, they get the Red Raiders here. If Duke wins, they travel to Lubbock. We'll find out what's going to be the path ahead for all these teams when we come back from Athens Foley Field. Duke and Georgia, SEC, ACC.
The NCAA Baseball Regionals is presented by the Capital One Venture Card. Earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every day. What's in your wallet? And in part by ExxonMobil. Energy lives here. What's in your wallet? And in part by ExxonMobil. Energy lives here.
We are back at Foley Field. It is a decisive 7th game, a true elimination game for both teams. The winner goes to a super regional. The loser goes home. Duke has never been to a super. Georgia has not been one in 10 years. You got to go back to 2008. That day, Perno's squad eventually made it to the College World Series. Same lineup for the Duke Blue Devils, and why not? They've been hitting the baseball very well. Heron, Proctor, Zach Cohn, the starting shortstop. Griffin Conine's been terrific cleaning up here of late. Loperfido will follow. Kenny Taylor, who hit a bomb in that first game in the 6th hole. Miller, Crabtree, and Lebowski. Chris Crabtree has been one of the pleasant stories of this regional. He's been clutch for Duke in the last 3 games. C.J. Smith, pretty clutch freshman on the mound for the Georgia Bulldogs. This is not your typical guy that you just wheel out and hope for something good. You see 34 innings of work and a 1.32 ERA.
Yeah, I think it was 5th start of the season. Last started May 23rd against Texas A&M. His fastball hovering in the mid-80s. Got a sneaky fastball and a really good changeup to go with it.
If you're a big believer in momentum, it's certainly on the side of Duke. After losing the first game of this regional, they have had their backs against the wall 3 consecutive games. All 3 times they have trailed, and all 3 times they have come back to win it, including the last game. a few hours ago against this Georgia squad. 2-1 the count to the leadoff man, Jimmy Herron. Herron is 6 for 20 this weekend, a .300 average with 3 runs batted in. Sun still shining brightly down on Foley Field. It's been hot and muggy for most of the day, but nothing but blue skies, no threat of rain or lightning or any other delays. That's what pushed this regional back to a Monday to begin with.
You got to wonder how much C.J. Smith has in his tank today. He's only made 5 starts, 13 appearances coming in. Well, this is his 5th start. Playing center field, batting, running the bases.
And starts the game off with a walk to Jimmy Herron. Smith is out of Royston, Georgia, was homeschooled and played baseball for Westminster Christian Academy. An honorable mention All-American for the Southeast region coming out of high school. And as you mentioned, Greg, he's had to go out there and play a lot of offense this week, so not your typical fresh pitcher. What kind of stuff are we looking for out of CJ?
He got a good changeup. His fastball is the mid-80s. Relies a lot on command, but already walking the leadoff hitter, Jimmy Herron.
Proctor 7 for 20 in this regional, the Duke starting catcher. And a strike on the outer half. I've always thought when you are the visiting team and you're able to force that extra game, you can really play a lot looser now. I feel like the pressure starts to mount much more on the favorite, the home team, Georgia. Crowd has been thinned out a bit. This is not your typical Foley Field atmosphere. We had kind of a raucous environment for the first couple of Georgia games, but not so much today.
Unfortunately, the home field advantage really is out the window.
Right.
Because you rely a lot on the crowd.
Georgia is the home team in this game, unlike the last game where, technically speaking, Duke was the home team. Proctor out of Lawndale, North Carolina. Got him. Good location by C.J. Smith.
He swung at it like it had slider spin, but this is just a fastball. But you see the angle on it. That ball's going downhill. An angle coming from behind the left-handed hitter.
Fifth start of the year for C.J. Smith. None bigger for the freshman. Zach Cohn in the batter's box, the junior from Pinecrest High School in Boca Raton, Florida.
He's got a freshman starting for Georgia, probably the biggest start of his young career. A senior starting for Duke, probably the biggest start of his career.
And a whole lot on the line. I mentioned Cohn's out of Boca Raton. The boys from Boca, the FAU Owls, playing in Gainesville later today against the Florida Gators. That game scheduled for 5:45. Coach McCormick does a tremendous job over there at FAU, trying to upset the defending national champions. We've certainly had our fair share of upsets so far in this tournament. Georgia trying to become another SEC team to make it to the Super Regional round. Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, Auburn, Florida still in the mix. South Carolina just punched its ticket not long ago against UNC Asheville. They come out of the Greenville bracket. Georgia trying to be added to that list. The SEC sent 10 teams to the tournament. The ACC sending 6. It's Duke's second trip in 3 years. Runner on the go, sky to center, Maxwell in the alley, makes the catch on the track. That's another classic case of a ball that looks like a routine fly ball, but the way they've been jumping out of here this weekend, that actually sent Maxwell all the way to the wall.
Griffin Conine in the game this afternoon, right in that area right there. Ball just continues to carry. Gets out of the ballpark. Everyone can take a sigh of relief right there.
There's Jeff Conine, 17-year veteran, watching his son, who got off to a hellacious start, 0 for 9, 7 strikeouts, visibly frustrated, upset with his performance, and then the last 2 games has come on, including the go-ahead home run against the Dogs in Game 1 today. His name will be called very early in the draft later tonight. Potential late first-round pick, maybe early second. One of many scouts that have been looking on in this regional, many of which have been watching number 9 in blue.
And for most of the scouts, their job is over. They put their words in, their info in. We're just a couple hours away from the draft.
You don't think that last home run might have, maybe another phone call? Hey,
well, it could have happened earlier.
He snapped out of it. Move him up a couple of notches. You do see players like a Griffin Conine often press this time of the year so close to the draft. They know the scouts are there. They know what's at stake. 3-1.
It's only natural to know what's at stake, what's about to happen. You work your whole life. You're 21 years old. You've been playing this game, and now you're about to embark on it for a career. And it's been a long wait. And so the last week or so, you're just, man, when's this day going to get here? Oh, wait, I got to perform in a regional. I'm trying to get my team to Omaha. A lot going on in a young man's mind.
A lot going on for C.J. Smith. We'll see if he challenges Conine on a 3-1 after another token throw to first. Conine with unmatched power. Hit a home run 497 feet this year. Hammers that one to second. Talley gets down on it and makes the play. Side retired. C.J. Smith works around the leadoff walk. Little boxing on the ESPN Plus app. Somebody's going to be knocked out today of the postseason. Either Georgia or Duke will be sent home and get ready to enjoy an offseason. But nobody out there today wants the season to end, including the guys in red: Bradley, Shunk, McGovern, Curry, Sasser, Shepard, Talley, Meadows, and Tucker Maxwell. They'll be going up against Mitch Stallings, who we saw earlier. A senior from Atlanta, really struggled the first time we saw him.
Yeah, 4 1/3 innings in that start. Gave up 7 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, struck out 4. Talked about the biggest start of his career. Limit those walks and keep it in the ballpark. This season, he's given up 10 long balls, and you know how the ball's been getting out of this park this weekend.
That was maybe the biggest surprise of all in that first game. Duke out-homered Georgia 2-0. Georgia did not get a home run after hitting 8 in the first 2 games. Tucker Bradley, the right fielder, starting things off, and watches one catch the outside corner for strike one. Bradley, a sophomore, 5 for 14 this weekend. A team high 8 runs batted in, including a grand slam. Tardy on that fastball.
Talking to that bat.
Always blame the bat, right? Sixteenth meeting between these two programs. The last one happening a few hours ago. Before that, they hadn't met since the Waco Regional in 2010. It was back when Marcus Stroman was starring for Duke. That was before Chris Pollard, the head coach, got to Durham. Two balls, 2 strikes, the count on Bradley. Bradley, Shunk, and McGovern. It's the same lineup with one exception for Georgia, and obviously that's C.J. Smith no longer in there because he's pitching. He's replaced by Tucker Maxwell, who we'll see in the 9-hole.
One thing Georgia can do is work pitches out of this Duke starter, Mitch Stallings. I know Duke has a deep bullpen, but it's been used a lot in this tournament. Graham Stinson pitched a lot in the game 1. Jack Lebowski pitched a lot in game 1. Bryce Jarvis threw a lot yesterday.
Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up to Tucker Bradley. And he'll see a ninth. Yeah, just to size up these two teams again, for those that missed the first game, we delved pretty deep into the matchup itself. Both have deep bullpens. The difference is Duke's might be a little bit deeper, but they also don't have the same strength in their rotation. And again, they've played one more game, so they're a little thinner on the mound than Georgia is.
The Georgia crowd that is here is getting into it.
Oh, don't be rowdy. The folks that are here, I have complete faith in. They probably would like some reinforcements to help bolster Foley Field a bit. Served on the ground to the left side. It's Lebowski. One gone. So nobody on, one away for Aaron Shunk.
Like Tucker Bradley could have swung at ball 4 right there.
Well, these two guys are familiar with one another. Aaron Shunk and Mitch Stallings, high school teammates. They were actually on the same state championship team back in 2013. Both attended the Lovett School in Atlanta. Not very often you have a connection with a Georgia player and a Duke player, but here it is. If you're wondering why Shunk is wearing that mask, he broke his nose yesterday going for a foul ball near the third base dugout. Went over the padding, but there's another railing beyond that that's not padded, and he broke his nose on it. Great pick by Loperfido. He will race to the bag and beat Shunk there for the second out.
Put a star on this one early in the ball game by Loperfido. That ball is almost by him down at first. He reaches down. He has to get to first because the ball's hit so hard. Stallings not much time to get over there. Very heads up play. Good play right there.
Loperfido is not built like your typical first baseman. He's quick, athletic, just a freshman, not real bulky. Keegan Mcgovern. Has enjoyed a fine regional thus far. Although he was quiet in the last game, with 3 home runs total, 6 runs driven in. And quickly down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes.
Good run on that fastball by Stallings. It's risky going in on lefties. You go in, you got to get it in there.
This is not just McGovern's season on the line, it's Keegan McGovern's career. He's a senior. And he'll go down swinging. So Mitch Stallings, who struggled mightily in his first outing here, puts up a 1-2-3-0 across. And decisive game here in Athens, Georgia. The Georgia Bulldogs, who have not been to a super regional in 10 years. Duke has never been to one. Somebody will get their ticket punched, and somebody else will have a period put on their season. It'll be Loperfido, Taylor, and Miller. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Blue Devils. Loperfido, the freshman, has played well throughout this season and throughout this tournament. Chops one foul here. Anything that Duke can get out of Mitch Stallings on the mound is gravy. C.J. Smith is a guy that Georgia has high hopes on, that could be a regular weekend guy next year.
Really pounding in Loperfido. Last 3 pitches. See if he's setting him up for something away, a little off-speed pitch away.
Well, he keeps flirting with that first base bag, just wide on about 3 ground balls.
Just got to get that one down a little bit. Breaking ball away, let him roll over it.
Ground ball to second. Talley vacuums and fires. So the tickets continue to be punched. Kind of a hodgepodge group of teams here. You've got Washington making it to their first super. The Stetson Hatters, a newbie. Minnesota, a newbie. And then you've got some mainstays like Texas and Fullerton and South Carolina. Teams that we've become accustomed to seeing deep into the postseason. Five teams already from the SEC in the Supers, and 3 more have a chance to do it. The record is 6. That record of 6 held by the Southeastern Conference, been done twice by the league. Here we have another SEC-ACC matchup, which we see quite a bit in the college baseball postseason. 2 prominent conferences in college baseball. 1-2 to Taylor. Got him. Nasty breaking ball there.
Took a lot off this curveball. You've seen the sneaky. He's got a sneaky fastball with that pitch right there. That's what's going to be key for him tonight. Something off speed and get him out. Obviously with righties, a really good pitch to left-handers as well.
Smith working the third base side of the rubber. Fires a fastball, and it is a diving catch by Bradley and Wright. Presented by Capital One. Back with you at Foley Field in Athens, Georgia. Mike Morgan, Greg Swindell. And Greg, how about the effort by Bradley and Wright?
Wow. I mean, you can't ask for more. That's the second time this weekend we've seen that right there. Sometimes a risky play, because if that ball gets by you, it's a triple. Tucker Bradley with the hook shot on the way in.
He's a little daredevil out there. You're right. He made another similar play where runners were actually on base. If it got by him, would have led to some extra runs, but Bradley going for it both times, and both times making a great play. Middle of the lineup up for the Dogs: Curry, Sasser, and Shepard against Mitch Stallings, who put him down in order in the first inning on 17 pitches. Curry leading the way with a .462 clip in this regional for Georgia. He's 6 for 13, 2 homers, 5 runs driven in.
Really trying to overthrow that one right there. Mitch Stallings is much better when he doesn't try to overthrow. I mean, the changeup, he's nice and relaxed. The breaking ball, nice and relaxed. That fastball, he really tried to throw it through the backstop.
Now, Greg, it's weird to see a guy that averages over a strikeout an inning that has an ERA of over 6. So you know he's got some stuff, but obviously there's something that's missing.
Well, if he's not striking them out, they're hitting the ball.
Yes.
Giving up 90 hits and 81 in the third innings.
But if he can keep doing that, they'll be okay. Second strikeout for Stallings.
He's working it down in the zone. Mixing it up right now really well. Mixing up the fastball and the changeup.
One gone for Sasser. There you one. From behind fashion. 8-5 was the final there. Georgia trying to return the favor. You had Vanderbilt knocking out the Clemson Tigers yesterday in a little SEC ACC tilt. Ground ball. That's actually the shortstop shaded over. Cone making the play on the shift.
They've done that shift to Sasser. The shortstop is on the second base side. Jack Lebowski, the third baseman, is over where the shortstop plays. Not a full shift.
Cam Shepard, the sophomore shortstop from Duluth. We talked about those teams that already punched their ticket. I'm looking forward to some new, enticing, and dare I say fresh matchups in the Super Regionals, because we're now seeding 1 through 16 as opposed to just 1 through 8. And that will bring us matchups, instead of just doing it based on geography very often, we're going to do it based on merit, which I think is what coaches, players, fans, we've all been clamoring for years now. They finally have extended that seeding. So instead of seeing Florida State every other year, or some of the other geographical matchups that we often have, we'll have some new and fresh matchups like you would see in a NCAA basketball tournament or a bowl game. Shepard with a 5-pitch walk. First base runner of the day for the Dogs.
Mitch Stallings visibly upset out there. I thought those last 2 pitches were really good pitches, but he didn't get the call. In a game like this, you can't afford to show emotion like that. You keep making the pitch. Jeff Hendricks behind home plate. He'll give you that pitch eventually.
Jeff Hendricks, the home plate umpire, calling balls and strikes. Got a veteran crew Shepis at first, Morris at second, Scarberry at third. It's been a well umpired regional thus far. 0-1 to Talley, rips one down the right field line. This will be for extra bases. Shepard off and running, heading to third. Shepard will get the green light. The throw coming home, and he's safe. Ball gets by, and Talley will go to third. Georgia takes the lead. And the ball actually went, I think, near the camera well, snuck in there, so they'll give him an extra base, and that'll make it 2-0.
The ball got down in the corner. The ball's hit hard right over Loperfido, got the glove on it, but gets in the corner. Great job down there by third base coach. He was recognized the throw was over the cutoff man's head. That's the reason he sent Shepard. Would have been a close play at home.
Let's see where this ball lands on the overthrow. Actually went up into the stands. So a double and then an error on the first baseman, Loperfido.
A lot happening on that play.
There was a lot happening on that play. Mason Meadows, the catcher, hitting in the 8-hole for Georgia.
I was watching Cam Shepard. He didn't touch home in his initial slide. Jeff Hendricks just waited. And about 2 seconds later, he touched home plate, and that's when Jeff gave the safe sign.
Off the plate to Meadows. The redshirt freshman from Roswell, Georgia. SEC all-freshman team. And a quick visit to the mound from Chris Pollard.
I think they're still upset with maybe the no call on the strike, the called balls. I think they were thinking they were strikes. That's the walk. That's Cam Shepard. That's the run that came in. Here's Cam Shepard coming home right there. He doesn't touch it. And look, umpire Jeff Hendricks, nothing. All right, I stepped on the plate. Now we're safe.
Chris Pollard has done a remarkable job building up this Duke program, now in his 6th year after a lengthy stint at Appalachian State. You see he's getting some words in the umpiring crew, the home plate umpire there, Jeff Hendricks, saying, hey, a couple of those looked pretty good.
Yeah, he's telling his pitcher, hey, that's my job. You don't worry about the umpire right now.
You can't go out and argue balls and strikes, but you can kind of hint at it. Where was that one, Blue?
Well, look, after the walk, hands went up in the air by Stallings. 2 pitches later, a double down the line and 2-run score. You can't worry about it,
no,
especially in this ball game.
A full count on the Georgia catcher. And a soft fly to right. Conine is under. And he'll handle it for the 3rd out of the inning, but the Bulldogs on the board. An RBI double by Talley and a 2 spot for Georgia. Georgia Bulldogs leading it 2-0 as we're set to go in the top of the 3rd. It'll be Crabtree, Lebowski, and Herron. For more coverage of the Division I baseball tournament and interactive brackets, go to NCAA.com. With 17-year Major League pitching veteran Greg Swindell, I'm Mike Morgan. Great to be with you here on the 2nd of 2 games on a decisive Monday, the 7th game of the regional. That means somebody moves on to the Supers and somebody goes home. Chris Crabtree is a huge reason why Duke is at this point. Still in the 8-hole and still tearing the cover off the baseball. Young man who tweaked his back earlier in his freshman campaign. Didn't play a whole lot, had only 13 at-bats all year. He's got 11 in this regional alone, and look at the numbers. 8 hits, 2 homers, 9 runs batted in. Looks like Duke has found something special in Chris Crabtree. Out of Bahama, North Carolina, not far from the campus of Duke.
Bahama.
Lefty on lefty. Hammered, fair ball, and off the glove of Sasser. This is going to be for extra bases. Crabtree sprinting towards second, and he will pull up there.
Even when he doesn't hit the ball hard, something happens. Like the chopper. Again, we've seen many right out in front of the plate. Takes a big hop, but the second hop just scoots right by Adam Sasser down there at first base. Thought when it got by him, might have been a triple. Good job by Tucker Bradley out there to get to the ball quick. Hold him just at a double.
9 for 12 now for Crabtree, the freshman. This game is not supposed to be that easy. I don't think he got the memo. The 5th extra base hit for Crabtree.
I'm trying to remember his singles. I can't remember the singles.
I mean, he hits the ball hard every time.
Yeah.
He's not getting little bloopers and flares. 9-hole hitter is Jack Lebowski, the third baseman, who played a big role in the last game, not just as a hitter but out of the bullpen.
We got LJ Talley up the middle on Lebowski.
That was a filthy slow curveball.
Right now his job is to get the guy over, hit a ground ball to the right side. Well, if he does that right now with the shift, he's going to get a base hit and an RBI. See Talley up the middle.
He's back with the fastball, tried to sneak one over the inside corner.
That tells you why they got the shift on. They just keep pounding him in right there. And if you're going to play the shift, you better be able to pitch to that shift.
Count evens up 2-2. The Duke third baseman Lebowski. Lebowski is senior. He has watched this Duke program rise to a new level over the last few years. Duke had a 55-year NCAA tournament drought. This is their 7th NCAA tournament. They're 2nd in the last 3 years. They've already won a regional game technically for the first time. The last time they won in the postseason, they called it district playoffs. Wow. Tough pitch to take if you're Lebowski.
Going in. Really good pitch by that young man right there. This time of day. Yeah, that ball's inside. Good call by Jim Hendricks back there. See the shadow starting to creep up right now. Not so bad, because you can pick the ball up out of the pitcher's hand most of the way to the plate. As that creeps out about halfway, it'll be tough to pick up the spin.
Got him to pop one up. Talley calls for it and puts the squeeze on it for the first out.
You have plenty of time to pick the ball up on the way to the plate. Now 10 more minutes. You have to pick it up quick before it goes from sunshine to shadow.
Jimmy Herron got this game started off with a leadoff walk. He did not come around to score as Smith recovered to retire the next 3. Two balls, no strikes on Herron, the junior from Harleysville, Pennsylvania. First player in school history to total 50+ doubles and 50+ stolen bases in his career. Selected by the Yankees in the 31st round of last year's draft. Good breaking ball for strike 1. He played for the Orleans Firebirds of the Cape Cod Baseball League during the summer. Was an all-star and won the Eastern Division MVP. Hit .338 in the Cape, and anybody knows about the competition in that league, those are strong numbers.
One of the best summer leagues in college baseball. Ball gets away from Talley.
Easy advancement for Crabtree. Not many good things have happened in this regional for pitchers throwing to second base.
No, they're better off just bluffing.
Don't worry, we'll get our share of those with the Duke staff.
Yeah, the timeout was called at home plate. Graham Stinson threw it in center field, but time was already called at home in game 1.
I always go back to risk versus reward on a play like that. Now you've got a situation, a runner in third, less than 2 outs. Fly ball can score him.
2 strikes right here. Scott Strickland wanting his infield halfway. 2 strikes, you have to protect the plate. You don't get as good a swing on the ball.
Tennessee Tech pounding Ole Miss 15-5, forcing another game in Oxford. Florida FAU are underway in Gainesville. Payoff pitch out of the zone. So they're at the corners now, 1 down. That'll at least set up the double play.
Now batting number 23, the catcher Chris Proctor.
The catcher Chris Proctor will come to the plate. We're in Athens, Georgia, the 7th and final game of this Athens Regional. Mike Morgan, Greg Swindell, Georgia leading it 2-0. The winner advances to the NCAA Super Regional. If it's Georgia, they'll stay here to take on the Red Raiders of Texas Tech. If it's Duke, they'll travel to Lubbock to take on Texas Tech. Proctor hammers one deep center. Maxwell, long run toward the alley, and it's going to be off the wall. Crabtree will trot home. Over to third is Herron, and Proctor into second with an RBI double.
See what, he jumped all over this high fastball. Thought he might got it right out of the box. But this play right out there in center field by Maxwell, again, there's no one at second base. He hit his cutoff man. Could have been a play at second base right there on the ball off the wall.
They're at second and third, still just 1 out in the inning for Zach Cohn. Cohn lofting one deep left. McGovern going back, and it's out of here. Fifth home run of the year for the Duke shortstop. A 3-run blast. And the Blue Devils have taken the lead.
Well, they're right where they wanted to be. coming into the top of the third, down. Down
Yes.
2.
This is what they do, right?
They've been coming from behind all weekend long. Slight change now. And a ball out over the plate. 2 in a row that have been up and hammered. That one over the trees.
And into the parking lot. And now in these 2 games, it's Duke, the less powerful team. 3 home runs against Georgia. Georgia has yet to homer against the Blue Devils. Conine trying to hit that one to Guatemala. Tony Losi warming up now in the Georgia pen. I go back to when they were going into the 9th inning, Duke that is, about to be eliminated by Campbell. They somehow come back, they put 11 runs on the board, then they come from behind, they beat Troy, then they come from behind, they beat Georgia.
11 runs in 1 inning.
Correct, the 9th.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's been a more resilient team in this NCAA tournament so far than Duke. They were shut out in the first game 6-0. They didn't score but 1 run in the first 15 innings. Their starting pitcher, they haven't had a starting pitcher go more than 4 1/3.
And he's pitching tonight. Yeah, it's been really a crazy regional tournament for Duke.
In the regular season, their biggest deficit that they were able to come from behind and win was only 3 runs. So it's not as if they had a knack of doing this all year long, but they've done it here. High fly ball. Good night. Over the scoreboard. A towering shot by Conine. Papa Jeff Conine loving to show is his boy Griffin.
Scott Strickland going to the bullpen. Tony Losi will come in this ball game. This inning for C.J. Smith, it's been about location. He's left some out over the plate. The Duke Blue Devils have made him pay for it. Tony Losi coming into the ball game. Duke already has 5 in the inning. We'll be back.
Young man Griffin Conine is going to be selected very early, late first round, early second round is the projection, and this is why. An unbelievably powerful stroke. When he connects, he can hit some tape measure shots. He hit one 497 feet earlier this year. Not a whole lot of balls hit the top of that scoreboard. That one did. What a stark contrast to the emotion and excitement that we see now from Griffin Conine. When he was 0 for 9 with 7 strikeouts, he looked despondent, dejected. You were wondering whether or not he was going to be able to shake it off. He really wears his emotions on his sleeve.
Well, it was his face we showed on Friday after he struck out in the 9th inning before they scored the 11 runs.
That's right.
Dejection.
Yep.
I mean, thinking this is it. It could be over.
I mean, he's been seen punching objects, throwing objects in the dugout, wringing his hands, visibly upset, talking to himself. It's all smiles right now. Tony Losi is the new Georgia pitcher, and he's got some work to do here. You won't want to keep it a 3-run lead if you can. A 6'3" sophomore from Columbus.
Big hard throwing right-hander. 92 to 95 with that fastball.
Kenny Taylor The center fielder is the batter. Taylor, the junior from Tampa, Florida. Taylor had a big series in Tallahassee when the Blue Devils won that series against Florida State. He homered in the 11th inning en route to a victory over the Seminoles. Little flare, and that is going to drop just to the right of the chalk for a foul ball.
That was close. You know, it's funny to see Griffin Conine the way he wears his emotion on his sleeve, because Dad, playing against him, he hardly showed any emotion.
Right.
I mean, just as calm as could be.
Yeah, Jeff was not the most animated guy during his 17 years in the Bigs. He and his wife, both great racquetball players. Swing and a miss, strike three. Taylor goes down swinging for the second time, but Duke with a 5 spot on the board. Georgia led this game 2-0. Duke putting 5 on the board in the third as we have reached the home half of the third. It'll be Maxwell and then back to the top with Bradley and Shunk. We've talked about how resilient Duke has been. Time now for Georgia to be a little resilient. Backs against the wall, momentum on the side of the opponent.
A little different than what they're accustomed to here at home. Well, right now, they haven't hit the long ball today. So what do? You have to start getting rally. You got to get men on base. Maybe try to produce runs. Still just the third inning.
Maxwell shows bunt, takes strike one. The sophomore from Dawsonville, Georgia. He is one of the better bunters on the team. He had 8 sacrifices this year. That was the 4th best in the SEC. If he gets on, got great speed as well. Popped up. Lebowski near the line, puts it away.
And that in number 28, the right fielder, Tucker Bradley.
And now back to the top with Bradley. You mentioned how early it is in this game, and I would remind everybody Duke has played an extra game. They have taxed that bullpen already. Granted, it is a very deep and talented bullpen. Mitch Stallings is a guy who typically doesn't go very deep into games. If you can knock him out early, this could be a game of attrition.
Pitch count's okay right now. At 43 pitches. You'd like that to be a little lower.
Bradley bounced out to the third baseman Lebowski. He's 0 for 1.
17 balls, 27 strikes.
Slicer. Aaron has it measured. 2 gone.
They're not taking good swings off Mitch Stallings right now. He's mixing it up really well. He's gone to a lot of breaking balls. His demeanor has changed on that mound as well.
Yeah, other than the double by Tally down the line. A lot of pop-ups, a lot of weak fly balls.
Down 2. Your team gets you 5. That'll change your attitude in a hurry.
And now the 2 former high school teammates, Stallings and Shunk. Stallings got the best of his old partner in crime as Shunk grounded out back in the 1st inning. Nobody but Aaron Shunk knows how much that face mask is bothering him, but I can tell you this much: he's 0 for 5 since he's had to wear it. Make it 1 for 6. A line shot to center field. I got your face mask right here.
Got a pitch in his count right there. Didn't hit it hard, but hit it right off the end of the bat, up the middle. A base hit for Aaron Shunk now with 2 outs. Now you might try to hit that ball out of the ballpark.
And here's a guy who can change the complexion of this game with one swing of the bat. McGovern struck out his first time up against Stallings. Sometimes you see a guy with not so great numbers like a Mitch Stallings and you say, oh, well, wait a minute now. The last 5 games he's really come on. That's not the case with Mitch Stallings. He's really struggled over his last 6 starts. Topper back to Stallings. And he will go to first. Nice play by the pitcher, fielding his position. Side retired. A little boxing reference here. Somebody's ready to deliver a knockout blow. Duke has been throwing haymakers late in games, but now they finally have an early lead, 5-2 as we get ready for the top of the 4th. Miller, Crabtree, and Lebowski, the bottom third of the order, due up against Tony Losi, who had to come and spell C.J. Smith, the starter, in the 3rd. So for the first time in this regional, Duke's opponent tapping into the bullpen first. Miller's 0 for 1. Serious gas there, 94 and right on by Max Miller.
Yeah, he's not messing around with anything else right now. Tony Losi is going with number 1. Here it is. Hit it.
And now that man again. Maybe the best 8-hole hitter in the country going at this point, Chris Crabtree. .500 for the year, 9 for 12 with 5 extra base hits in this regional. A guy that had 13 at bats the entire regular season.
It wasn't on the pad. It was on the inside of the pad right there.
Through the hole. Guess what? Chris Crabtree's aboard. Stop me if you've heard that before. 10 for 13.
It's hard to argue anything. I mean, even Chris Pollard, you're like, I should be fired for not playing him sooner.
Oh, he had the line of the day. Yeah, I mean, we interviewed him in the first game. We asked him specifically about Crabtree.
He started off that 3rd inning with the double. Ended up scoring 5 runs.
Any coach will tell you if you're going to get to Omaha and maybe even go deep into the College World Series, you got to have some guy who was not a regular star for you step it up. But what Chris Crabtree is doing for Duke, that's at a whole other level.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I can't remember his outs. I know one was the fly ball that almost went out of the park.
Right.
Got at the wall.
Right. You and I do all this prep work getting ready for a series like this, and we put each team under a microscope and all these players. Chris Crabtree was not on our radar, no. I can assure you.
No.
That one burns the inside quarter at 94. Lebowski's 0 for 1. just going to gas it right over now, right?
They'll throw it high so they can't bounce it off in front of the plate. That's what Crabtree, first 2 at-bats in this game, just bounces them in front of the plate. It gets through the infield.
94 miles an hour, 95. Let's see what he dials up here on a 2-2 count to the Duke third baseman. Got him at 94.
He's leaving it out there right now. Tony Losi getting rid of that ball, and it's getting on the hitters in a hurry.
Third time through the order, Herron has walked twice.
Pretty good pitch right there.
Tony Losi from Columbus, Georgia. Father Anthony played college baseball at Columbus State, very good Division II program, then played professionally in the Cubs organization in the mid-90s. Columbus, Georgia, a city that has produced a lot of great baseball talent. Frank Thomas, Tim Hudson amongst the ranks. Right on the border of the Georgia-Alabama state line. That one amped up a tick at 96 miles an hour. If you're just joining us, Duke won the first game again in come from behind fashion. The Blue Devils won it 8-5, 2 home runs to pull ahead. One by Conine, one by Kenny Taylor. And here it is, the Blue Devils playing long ball again. Cone and Conine with home runs. That ball hit him. Might have just grazed the jersey, but it got him nonetheless. And Herron is aboard for the 3rd time.
No official at bats. 2 walks and hit by pitch. I think if that hits you, that's going to hurt, but that one just grazed off the pad right there.
I'll gladly take that one. So if you would have told anybody going into this, what is now a de facto doubleheader, that Duke was going to out-homer Georgia 4-zip, I don't think many people would have taken that bet.
Not the way Georgia had been hitting them.
Georgia had 8 home runs in the first 2 games. Duke basically was feasting on some battered and depleted bullpens for Campbell and for Troy, so we really didn't know what to make of the numbers overall. But clearly they have put it in another gear here. Tony Losi keeping it in high gear. Fastball sitting between 94 and 95 miles an hour. Straight gas. Duke on top of Georgia, elimination game. The winner goes to the Super Regionals, 5-2 our score. We've talked about the possible history for Duke. Georgia trying to get back to the glory days. They won a national title in 1990, and the early part of this century was pretty doggone good. That first decade, a 59% winning percentage, 3 SEC titles, 4 trips to Omaha. Since then, it's been lean times, under 500, no SEC titles. Nothing close to the College World Series. This is the kind of team that certainly has that kind of potential. But Georgia's back's against the wall, and Scott Strickland hoping that his offense can get it going here, trailing by 3 runs. Curry, Sasser, Shepard. Middle part of the lineup due up against Mitch Stallings, who you wondered if he would even last this long. If he can give him even 4 innings, that's a win for Chris Pollard and Duke. Pollard came into this game with an earned run average. Excuse me, Stallings came into this game with an earned run average over 6. Got roughed up in his first outing here in Athens. Two and two now the count on the DH Michael Curry.
First outing of the tournament, 4 1/3. Give up 7 hits and 5 earned runs.
Curry lofting one high and deep left center field. At the wall. Gone! '13th home run of the season for Michael Curry and his 3rd of the regional.
The ball just carries here. It feels like we're in Colorado. I mean, really, this ball just takes off the bat, yes. But it just continues to carry. See right there. Heron, he's underneath it. It just runs out of room.
Scott Strickland telling us a couple of days ago, he says he's never seen the ball carry this well at Foley Field. It's hard to know why. There's no wind to speak of. It's your typical hot, muggy weather here in Athens in June. But for whatever reason, this has become a launching pad. And the dimensions overall, 370 in the alleys. Plays pretty fair, around 400 to center field. Short porch and right at 314. It hasn't been the dimensions, it's just been the way the ball has been carrying out of here. One and two now to Adam Sasser, the Georgia first baseman, who's 0 for 1. We've had 2 tape measure shots in this regional as well. McGovern hit a ball over that backdrop in center. I can't remember the last time I've seen that, and I've called a lot of games here. And then the home run by Conine, bouncing on top of the scoreboard before it cleared and went into the wilderness.
Dotted the G.
Great job by Sasser.
Well, you've worked your way back to a 3-2 count. Now you can't get anxious. Make the ball be in the zone right here. Gotta get him going.
That's got me going. A Monday in Athens is always going to be a tall order for a sellout crowd. They did sell out their entire allotment tickets for this regional. But the people that are here are ready to explode if something good happens. It won't happen there. Sasser on a ball that looked like it was inside, cuts and misses.
He had his mind made up. He had his mind made up. He wants it in. This ball way in off the plate. Even if you hit that, it's going to go foul. Not much you can do with that.
Well, you said it. He made up his mind before the pitch came. He was going to swing. Now Cam Shepard on 2 hops to Cone. This Duke infield nearly automatic. They led the ACC in fielding percentage. They led the ACC in double plays turned. Lebowski at third, Cone at short, Miller at second. They make even difficult plays look routine. That's been the secret for Duke really all year long. It's been great relief pitching, great defense, and Griffin Conine. High fly ball, right center field. It's got a chance. It is back and it is off the wall. Tally in the second. He wants 3. He'll be there standing up.
stops carrying. This is right out there in that gap. Just a foot from going out of the ballpark. Tough play for Kenny Taylor. L.J. Talley.
Second triple of the year for Talley. He actually hit that harder than some of the home run balls we've seen, but he lined it.
They're getting air on it.
One of the hardest hit balls of the day for Georgia. And a runner at third for Mason Meadows, the catcher. And off speed has Meadows swinging off his front foot. Georgia trying to do to Duke what Duke has done to everybody else in this regional. Chop foul. Make no mistake about it, Scott Strickland knows a thing or two about pressure. He knows how important this year was just to get to the postseason. Jobs were on the line in all likelihood, and he doesn't want to see his season end. A top 8 seed, a chance to play a super at home, a chance to put another building block on this program, which he believes will get back to that first decade where we showed you all those World Series banners. 4 of them, in fact.
70 pitches now for Mitch Stallings.
Roll to second. Miller vacuums and fires. And that will do it for the Bulldogs' 4th. We'll talk to Coach Strickland when we come back. It's a 5-3 game. Duke up by 2 as we get ready for the 5th. We're joined by Scott Strickland, the head coach of the Georgia Bulldogs. Coach, looks like offense is going to need to pick it up here a little bit. Mitch Stallings started off well. You finally got to him a little bit the last couple of innings. Do you like the approach of your guys so far?
Yeah, we got the momentum back. Curry had a good swing. We've hit some balls on the barrel. Just got to get it going. We got to get a way to get on base, hit by pitch, a walk, something to, wind's blowing out, ball's going to jump. We got to get some guys on base.
Coach, I know you wanted that first one, but hey, we're in game 7. It doesn't get any more exciting than that.
Yeah, no question. That's what I ask our guys. 27 outs to get to the supers. They'll take it every single time. So we just got to finish.
All right, Coach, we'll let you get back to it.
Thank you.
Coach Strick fired up. He knows a thing or two about Omaha while he hasn't been there yet with Georgia. Took the Kent State Golden Flashes to the College World Series back in 2012. That, of course, helped propel him to the hot list of names in college coaching, and wound up getting the Georgia job despite being a Midwest guy, but he has fit well here in Athens. Loves the community, loves the program, and loves the notion that this program certainly seems to be on the uptick. Zach Cohn with a 3-run homer. His last time up, he's 1 for 2.
That one ate him up right there. You foul those off and your hands are buzzing.
Tony Losi is showing no let-up on that fastball.
Well, no, as he shouldn't. 7th pitch of this at-bat coming. He's a big man. He's got a good fastball. Everybody knows what's at stake right here. You got to leave it all out there.
Just routinely 94, 95, touches 96 every now and then. A 2-2 to Cone. He actually throws the breaking ball there.
Sure. If the prior pitch, I think he wanted the sequence again. I think they're giving maybe more than one sign with no runner on. A lot of pitchers, they don't like to shake. They either wipe down their body with their glove, which means add, or subtract. Either way, up, subtract, down, add, which meaning whatever they have, you add 1. So if it's a 2, you go to 3. If it's a slider and you wipe down, it goes to a curveball. And that's it, so you don't have to shake off. Some pitchers do it and it means nothing.
Fastball in, ball 4. And now things get a little scarier. Griffin Conine in his last at bat, tape measure shot. I don't think we'll see a breaking ball to Griffin Conine unless it's in the dirt. We can have some fun with this matchup. The fastball of Losi, the power of Conine.
I'd like to see him go right after it.
I would too.
We saw what he can do to a breaking ball.
There's Christofak warming up in the Georgia bullpen. Did go with a breaking ball for a strike.
You go with the breaking ball, second pitch there because you missed with the fastball. So you're behind in the count. It's a guessing game between you and the hitter. He thinks I'm probably going to throw a fastball here because I'm behind in the count. That's a solid thing right there when you could get a breaking ball over when you're behind in the count as a pitcher.
Inside.
It is bat. He didn't sell it very good. Right off the knob. You need to really sell that if you want to go to first.
I don't think he wants to go to first. I think he wants to take another swing.
Yeah.
He didn't come here to draw a walk. The way he's locked in right now, he wants another crack at Tony Losi. The question is, does Tony Losi want another crack at Griffin Conine? Is he going to challenge him with a fastball over the plate?
But Losi doesn't have the loopy breaking ball. That's the one that's been getting underneath Griffin's bat. I would be reluctant to throw that same one right into the swing.
Challenged him there at 94.
He's got up and in. Right about that 9 on Conine's jersey. Inside.
Hot shot to second. Toss from Talley to Shepard for 1 on the first double play.
Ball starts right there with L.J. Talley. Talley got rid of that ball quick. Over to Cam Shepard. Right there. Strong throw to first base. About a half a step.
Great job turning two. Bases wiped clean for Loperfido. If Losi can get out of this with this part of the order, that's a little momentum on the side of Georgia. To second, Talley with a great pick. Pivots and fires to first in time. Losi faces the minimum. We'll chat with head coach Chris Pollard of Duke when we come back. Duke Blue Devils up by 2, 5-3 our score, as we're joined by the Duke Blue Devils head coach Chris Pollard. And coach, this offense just continues to amaze. It's like a different team. The first 15 innings, you guys couldn't get anything going, and now you guys are raking. What's been the difference?
I wish I knew. If I knew, I would bottle it and sell it. But a lot of it just has to do with competitive spirit and competitive fight. You know, these guys were grinding early in the weekend and weren't having a lot of success, but they're tough kids. They're resilient and kind of fought their way to the other side of it. And you guys know hitting is contagious.
Coach asked Coach Strickland the same question. You guys fought your way to get to this Game 7, but nothing more exciting than being in a Game 7 and a chance to go to the Super Regionals.
It's pretty special. It really is. You know, they've been some really competitive ball games. Earlier today was a very competitive game, and you know, both teams are fighting hard right now, and there's a lot on the line.
Jeff Hendricks, the home plate umpire, being tended to. We'll give you an update on him in just a second. But one final question for you, Coach, and that is of Mitch Stallings. He struggled in his first game in this regional. He has struggled down the stretch.
Yeah.
Your bullpen is so deep, maybe you were thinking, boy, it'd be great if we can get 4 out of him. Here you are in the 5th, and he's getting the job done.
Yeah, and I think he's looked as good as he's looked maybe in 5 or 6 weeks. You know, Mitch is one of the most competitive guys I've ever coached, and he has really taking it hard the way that he has pitched here over the last 3 or 4 weeks. And he wanted the baseball today, and certainly was in a position, based on the fact he didn't get extended in the ball game 2 days ago, to be able to take the ball. So it was an easy decision to run him out there. He's pitching great. He's got all 3 pitches working for him, and you know, we'll ride him here a little while longer if we can.
What kind of shape is your bullpen in?
Well, I mean, we've been pushed a little bit. You know, obviously Stenson's down for the rest of the weekend, and I think Jarvis might have an inning in him. I think DeCaster could get a batter or 2 to get us off the field. And, you know, Jack wants to come back and finish off the 9th if there's an opportunity to do so. Next guy in for us is probably Matt Dotman, a guy that's had a really good freshman year. And he'll be the guy to get us off the field here over the next 2 innings. And then we've got 3 innings we'll try to piece together with Jarvis and Jack Lebowski.
Coach, great stuff. Thank you.
You bet.
Thanks, Coach.
Jeff Hendricks, that's a great sign. He took a foul ball right in the throat.
Wow.
Under that protective guard. He was down for a while, immediately tended to by the medical staff of the home team, Georgia. And good news is he's back upright and okay. Maxwell, and then back to the top with Bradley and Shunk. 5-3 Duke lead. Regional final elimination game. Loperfido battling the sun, makes the grab as we say hello to Doug Kazarian in studio. How about that? How about Coach McCormick and the Fighting Owls of Boca Raton? Hey, Lane Kiffin's not getting all the headlines over there at FAU. He's been a long-time coach there and has elevated that program. It seems like they're in the postseason every year, and usually when they're in it, they don't just go 2-Q. They're good for at least a couple of wins. Leadoff man is Tucker Bradley, looking for his first hit. And he's got it. Base hit to right. A one-out single for the Georgia right fielder, Tucker Bradley.
That's one thing Georgia needs to do. You heard Coach Strickland say, walk, hit by better. They need to get rally. They need to extend the innings. Can't rely on the long ball all the time.
And barring a double play, they will get a guy who can hit the long ball, Keegan Mcgovern. First, it's Aaron Shunk. A rubber match here of the former high school teammates, Aaron Shunk, Mitch Stallings. Stallings got him out the first time. Shunk singled the last time. I liked what Chris Pollard said about Mitch Stallings. Mitch Stallings really wanted the baseball. He feels as bad as anybody about the fact that he's not been overly effective here for the last few weeks of the season. But that's a young man that has got a lot of confidence still. And remember, he's a senior. He doesn't want to see his career end today.
That's what it is. This season could end today. It could last 2 more games, 6 more games. Who knows? But one thing for sure, he didn't want to be sitting on that bench when he could get in there and do something for his team, and on his last, what could possibly be his last game.
1-1, hit to third. Lebowski over to Miller for 1 and couldn't get it out of the hand.
That might be something to remember right there. Giving this Georgia team an extra out.
Yeah, with Keegan Mcgovern coming to the plate. It certainly looked coming off the bat that had a chance, especially as good as that infield is, to be a double play.
Lebowski got it easy. He just tried to rush the throw right there. Couldn't get a handle on it.
Duke has turned more double plays in than any team in the ACC, one of the top teams in the country in double plays, but couldn't get one there. Can McGovern make them pay? The senior is 0 for 2. Sprays one down the left field line and foul by a foot.
That have been something. Well, excuse me. Just foul.
Coach Pollard hoping that Mitch Stallings can go through at least 5. This is already the longest a Duke starter has gone in the 4 games they've participated in here in Athens.
Not only does Shunk have the mask, you got the oven mitt over there too. A little protective thing on the hand. I have to call it an oven mitt. It looks kind of like an oven mitt.
Wow, that looked like the pitch. McGovern angry at himself as Lebowski comes in and makes the grab. Keegan Mcgovern is 0 for 3. 2-run game in Athens. Welcome back to the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. With Greg Swindell, I'm Mike Morgan. Great to be with you here on an Elimination Day Monday. The Duke Blue Devils trying to make something historic happen. The last time they've been to Omaha, 1961. There's your 20-cent 15th annual program. A look at the Duke Blue Devils squad. They were led by head coach Ace Parker. That's how long it's been since they've been to Omaha, and they haven't had a whole lot of success since that 61 team. They went 55 years without a trip to the postseason. Now they've made it 2 out of the last 3. And to put it in perspective, the last time Duke was in the College World Series, JFK was the president, 27 cents for a gallon of gas. The twist, which my man Greg Swindell still does today, keeping that thing alive, and I think we can all appreciate that. Construction began on the Berlin Wall, and the Wide World of Sports, a hit show on ABC, debuted. You remember Wide World of Sports, right?
Oh yes. The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Yeah, one of the best opens of any show. We are in Athens. We are at Foley Field. Game 7 of this Athens Regional. The winner goes to a super. The loser goes home. Duke leading for one of the rare times early in a game. They've come from behind in all 3 of their wins, including the one against Georgia earlier today, where they eventually tied it at 5 and then went ahead with 2 home runs late in the game to win it 8-5. And again, Duke, the pressure is on Georgia at this point.
Yeah, their pressure's done. They've won 3 elimination games to get to this point. Now the pressure's on the home team.
Pressure turns to Georgia. Scott Strickland knows Tony Losi has been out there a while, and it might be time to tap back into that Georgia pen. Favorite times of year, Omaha and the College World Series. We inch closer and closer to the main event. We finish up regionals in all likelihood tonight, barring weather, as we continue to punch tickets for the Super Regionals, the final 16 teams, if you will. Zach Christofak going to help Georgia, at least try and help Georgia keep Duke at bay and help Georgia's chances of being one of those 16 teams. Christofak has been a workhorse. 30 appearances on the year, a 3.79 ERA.
Wants the ball. Wants the ball in his hand. Right now, he's getting it.
To first, Sasser unassisted for the first out. And on the second is Kenny Taylor. You've been in this spot, I'm sure, during your great runs at Texas in the postseason. You weren't winning all the time. You were trailing in elimination games. What goes through the mind of a player right now if you're Georgia and you're only got a few more innings to come back?
Well, that's exactly like you hear the coach talk about. You can't do it all at once. I mean, maybe if you load the bases, but how are you going to do that? You got to take it pitch by pitch, get base runners somehow.
Intentional walk to Crabtree, not surprising the way he's been hitting.
You can't just start to press. I mean, if it happens, or if it doesn't happen, you don't want to be tight. You don't want to be tense. You got to be loose. See this Duke group? They're very loose. The pressure's in the Georgia dugout, but you still have to play loose, even though you're down. You're only down 2. I mean, that's one swing of the bat with a runner on, but you really want to start to just get multiple hitters up. They've gone down easy since the second inning. 3 batters, 5 batters, 4. I mean, put multiple runners on base and see what can happen.
Certainly can't press right now if you're Georgia. A rarity in college baseball with the DH where you see the 8-hole hitter intentionally walked. But again, Chris Crabtree has not been your typical 8-hole hitter. He's at first. Taylor's at second. 1 out in the inning for the 9-hole hitter Lebowski. You certainly don't feel like 5 runs is going to be good enough to win this game. If this Georgia bullpen, which has been so good all year long, can keep it at a 2-run deficit, you feel good about Georgia's chances. That doesn't help matters. He just hit the 9-hole hitter.
Oh, in a heap of trouble. Bases loaded, and all 3 haven't even earned it. 2 base on balls and a hit by pitch. Bring up Jimmy Herring back to the top of the order.
Herring has reached 3 times without the benefit of a hit. 2 walks and got hit his last time up. Needless to say, a key spot in this game.
That's a big moment for both sides. Duke can separate it right here with a big base hit. Good with the bases loaded in this regional. 4 for 6.
Christofak, a sophomore from Marietta, former 37th round draft pick out of high school for the Atlanta Braves. Nice block by Meadows. Strikeout would be nice, but a ground ball could be nicer with a double play. Jerked foul.
That one in just enough. Like a good pitch. Outer half. You sped the bat up right there. Now expand the plate away.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
He wanted to go away right there.
Fielder
flew open with that one. Ball came back over the plate, trying to go away.
Taylor at third. Crabtree at second. And Lebowski at first. Christofak's another one of those guys that played summer ball in East Cobb. He's produced so many great players over the years. Popped up. Talley backing up. He'll give way to Bradley. Should not be deep enough for anybody to tag. And they will stay put. Nice job by Bradley on the throw. And 1 out away from getting out of this mess unscathed if you're Zach Christofak, as we check in with Doug Kazarian. Doug, thank you. You knew the Gators weren't going to go down without a fight. Of course, FAU has to defeat Florida twice if they're going to make it to a Super. Gators are defending national champions and the #1 overall seed.
Generous. Strike 1. Chris Proctor swung the bat really well today. Made just a 1 for 3 with a double, but he's made some good contact. A big moment in this game.
Beautiful pitch there, 0-2. Got to waste one here, right?
Yeah, you can't give him any. You'd hate to give up a couple runs on an 0-2 pitch that you left close to the plate.
Time called as Proctor tires of waiting. Georgia crowd comes alive. 0-2 pitch is nowhere close as you would expect. We understand Casey Mize of the Auburn Tigers has just been selected by the Detroit Tigers as the #1 overall pick in the draft. Not surprisingly, Mize going #1. He got him. What a clutch performance by Kristofak and a huge part of this game.
You get yourself in trouble, you get yourself out of trouble.
It's been a fun day at the office thus far for us. A little more fun for Duke, but don't look now. The Georgia Bulldogs, some Mo back on their side. Bases loaded jam. Kristofak gets 2 key outs to make it a 2-run game and hold Duke at bay. Mike Morgan alongside Greg Swindell. And Greg, this is a game of momentum ordinarily. Now in an elimination game of a regional, a lot of momentum at stake for both these teams. What does Georgia have to do to get back ahead in this game?
They've got to pick away. I mean, it's starting to get late. We're in the 6th inning right now, but they haven't strung together a rally. I mean, they've relied on the long ball a lot in this regional, but starts with base runners for Georgia. You get a couple base runners now, that long ball can pay some dividends.
They've got the 1 home run today. Michael Curry starting things off for the Dogs. Skies one deep right field toward Kudzu. Corner and a leaping catch by Conine. That could have been momentum for Georgia. Instead, a great play turned in by Griffin Conine.
Hit well. Conine is timing it. Not sure if it had been out of the ballpark. Couldn't tell exactly where his glove was, but a great play right there. That could have started the rally Georgia's looking for. Big time play out there.
Third time through the order against Mitch Stallings. This is the longest he's gone in a game in a long time.
Nobody up in the Duke bullpen. I think the hitters will let you know that. You always look at that. You don't worry about velocity so much. If they start hitting the ball hard, that was a pop fly. That was just a pop fly to right field. It just happened to carry 314 feet. Now, if we start getting line drive hits to the outfield, ground balls in the holes now, hitters are seeing the ball better and taking better swings.
Stallings is a senior. He wanted the ball, basically demanded it. Telling his coach, Chris Pollard, I know I haven't been good of late. I know I've struggled. But you can trust me here. And so far, he's given him more than he could possibly ask for. Sasser 0 for 2 off the thumbs, fouled back.
He really pounded him in. Got him last time, you remember. 3-2 pitch. He decided he's going to swing before he threw the ball after getting himself into a 3-2 count by taking some pitches. Still continuing to pound inside.
Big shift on to the right for Sasser, a dead pull hitter. Nothing to pull there. That ball is way inside and a 1-out walk.
That's another thing you can look at too. How's his command? There's a walk in the 6th inning.
For more coverage of the Division I baseball tournament and interactive brackets, go to ncaa.com.
Just his second walk of the game, first since the 2nd inning.
Shepard drops down a bunt. Stallings is there going to go to second, and they get the lead runner. Gutsy play by Stallings. The throw was perfect to second base.
That's getting off the mound and feeling your position. In a normal situation, I'm surprised he went to second right there. Go to first, get the sure out. He got rid of that ball quick and made a good throw. It worked out.
Most things have worked out for Mitch Stallings today. His next pitch will be the 90th of the game. Talley has hit him well, though. A double and a triple. The last time Mitch Stallings went this deep into a ball game, you got to go back to April 21st against NC State. He went 6 1/3, allowed 2 earned runs and struck out 9. He has been lit up ever since. It's Matt Dockman, the freshman, in the pen for the Blue Devils. Good pitch, 0-2. Shepard leading off the bag at first. Nice take there by Talley. Stallings trying to get him to chase one a little bit off the plate. Got him. Floats one tailing away. Talley offers side retired. The senior has come through in a big way. Doug, thank you. Remember, I know because I was there, Florida had to take an extra day to dispose of Bethune-Cookman in the regional last year in Gainesville. Bethune-Cookman got them on Sunday and forced an extra game on Monday. FAU trying to do the same there. You see Auburn waiting in the wings. Of course, if Florida goes on to win it, Auburn will travel to Gainesville. It would be an all-SEC Super Regional. By the way, if that game does go to if that regional goes to a 7th game in Gainesville, that would be played tonight. Tough part of the order for Zach Christofac to navigate through. 3, 4, 5, Cone, Conine, and Loperfido. Both Cone and Conine have homered today, responsible for 4 of the 5 runs. Chris Pollard just got a talking to from Jeff Hendricks. Jeff Hendricks writing down a warning. Chris Pollard a little bit too chirpy for his liking.
The check swing. Didn't think he went around right there. What do you think? I don't think he did.
I think he's got a good case.
I think Chris Pollard has a beef.
Yes.
Of course, we saw it a couple of times.
No replay in regional rounds. We will have replay in the Super Regionals and, of course, in the College World Series. Got him. Waving goodbye is Cone. Christofac got him chasing.
Zach Cone didn't want any of that.
Griffin Conine's one of those guys, if you're in the ballpark, no matter what you're doing, you don't go to the restroom or the hot dog vendor when he's at the plate. You want to watch this guy swing.
It's vicious.
I mean, even when he strikes out, it's entertaining. A violent swing, but he's connected twice for home runs today. Just had an ACC player go number 2 in the draft, Joey Bart, catcher for Georgia Tech. So SEC, ACC go 1-2. We got SEC, ACC here in Athens, where the winner will go to the Super Regionals.
We're expecting him not to be long in the minor leagues. Thinking about moving Buster to first, I guess.
3-1. Another home run cut by Conine. 30 career home runs for Conine.
It's vicious. I like the swing on the count, 3-1 count. Right now, though, you always say you need to cut the swing down.
Yeah, not happening with this guy.
Not happening.
Skies one to center. Maxwell now turning tail. He got a late jump on it, and it's going to carry out of here. Third home run for Conine. Father Jeff has enjoyed watching his boy here today. A homer in the first game, 2 here in the second.
That swing, all you got to do is connect. It's sure enough, 400 feet to center field.
And number 36, the first baseman, Joey Luperfido.
Chris Powers told us this Duke lineup goes as Griffin Conine goes. He's going real well today.
There he is.
18 home runs, one of the highest totals in Duke history. And remember, he did that after starting off the season in a mega slump, not just a little slump, an awful slump. Much like in the regular season, Griffin Conine started off this regional, couldn't hit anything. 0 for 9 with 7 strikeouts. Now, hitting a lot and hitting it far. That silences the crowd and pushes the Duke lead back to 3 here in the 7th. Keep going back to that word to describe Duke. Resilient. You could see and feel momentum starting to switch here slowly but surely, even though Duke was ahead.
Well, the game started out, their second inning, they're down 2-0. What do? They respond with 5. Something they've done ever since the 9th inning of the first game that they played. The second game they played in this tournament.
If they get out of here with a regional championship, they will do so with 4 come from behind wins. They lost their opening game 6-0 to Troy. Kenny Taylor, 6-hole hitter, the center fielder. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Duke looked like the tight team in this regional early on. They looked tight at the plate. They looked tight on the mound. Seemed to be pressing overall. Now, loose as a goose.
Yeah.
Doug, thank you. Remember, I know because I was there, Florida had to take an extra day to dispose of Bethune-Cookman in the regional last year in Gainesville. Bethune-Cookman got them on Sunday and forced an extra game on Monday. FAU trying to do the same there. You see Auburn waiting in the wings. Of course, if Florida goes on to win it, Auburn will travel to Gainesville. It would be an all-SEC Super Regional. By the way, if that game does go to if that regional goes to a 7th game in Gainesville, that would be played tonight. Tough part of the order for Zach Christofak to navigate through. 3, 4, 5, Cone, Conine, and Loper-Fido. Both Cone and Conine have homered today, responsible for 4 of the 5 runs. Chris Pollard just got a talking to from Jeff Hendricks. Jeff Hendricks writing down a warning. Chris Pollard a little bit too chirpy for his liking.
The check swing. Didn't think he went around right there. What do you think? I don't think he did.
Yeah, I think he's got a good case.
I think Chris Pollard has a beef.
Yes.
Of course, we saw it a couple of times.
No replay in regional rounds. We will have replay in the Super Regionals and, of course, in the College World Series. Got him. Waving goodbye is Cone. Christofak got him chasing.
Zach Cone didn't want any of that.
Griffin Conine's one of those guys, if you're in the ballpark, no matter what you're doing, you don't go to the restroom or the hot dog vendor when he's at the plate. You want to watch this guy swing.
It's vicious.
I mean, even when he strikes out, it's entertaining. A violent swing, but he's connected twice for home runs today. Just had an ACC player go number 2 in the draft. Joey Bart, catcher for Georgia Tech. So SEC, ACC go 1-2. We got SEC, ACC here in Athens, where the winner will go to the Super Regionals.
I expected him not to be long in the minor leagues. Thinking about moving Buster to first, I guess.
3-1. Another home run cut by Conine. 30 career home runs for Conine.
It's vicious. I like the swing on the count, 3-1 count. Right now, though, you always say you need to cut the swing down.
Yeah, not happening with this guy.
Not happening.
Skies one to center. Maxwell now turning tail. He got a late jump on it, and it's going to carry out of here. 3rd home run for Conine. Father Jeff has enjoyed watching his boy here today. A homer in the first game, 2 here in the second.
that swing, all you got to do is connect. And sure enough, 400 feet to center field.
Chris Poward told us this Duke lineup goes as Griffin Conine goes. He's going real well today.
There he is.
18 home runs, one of the highest totals in Duke history. And remember, he did that after starting off the season in a mega slump, not just a little slump, an awful slump. And much like in the regular season, Griffin Conine started off this regional, couldn't hit anything. 0 for 9 with 7 strikeouts. Now, hitting a lot and hitting it far. It silences the crowd and pushes the Duke lead back to 3 here in the 7th. Keep going back to that word to describe Duke. Resilient. You could see and feel momentum starting to switch here slowly but surely, even though Duke was ahead.
Well, the game started out, their second inning, they're down 2-0. What do? They respond with 5. Something they've done ever since the 9th inning of the first game that they played, the second game they played in this tournament.
If they get out of here with a regional championship, they will do so with 4 come from behind wins. They lost their opening game 6-0 to Troy. Kenny Taylor, 6-hole hitter, the center fielder. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Duke looked like the tight team in this regional early on. They looked tight at the plate. They looked tight on the mound. Seemed to be pressing overall. Now, loose as a goose.
Yeah.
Mike Morgan with Greg Swindell. We are in Athens, Georgia, Foley Field on a Monday evening. Elimination game, game number 7. The winner goes to a super regional. Duke leading Georgia 6-3, our score. Duke has never been to a super regional. They went to Omaha a couple of times in the 50s and the last one coming in the early 60s. That's back when they were district playoffs. In fact, in the 1953 district playoff, Georgia and Duke got locked up. Georgia won the first game, then Duke swept a doubleheader to advance to Omaha. That was a Georgia team that won the SEC that year, led by head coach Jim Watley. Who, oh, by the way, was a college roommate of one Bear Bryant at Alabama. Two on the way. Right down Broadway, and Taylor knew it. But Griffin Conine continues to show out in Athens. Mitch Stallings is still on the bump for Duke, and that's a story in itself because he hasn't gone more than 6 innings in over a month. He leads Georgia 6-3, 93 pitches under his belt. He's given them all they can ask for and more. He'll face Meadows, Maxwell, and then back to the top with Tucker Bradley.
Bullpen quiet at the moment for Duke.
This might be, with the exception, of course, of Chris Crabtree, the most unexpected performance of this Athens Regional.
He just didn't look comfortable in his first outing. Yeah, 4 1/3 innings, 5 runs. But we were watching, calling the game. He just didn't look comfortable.
And
Today
didn't look comfortable for about a month before that.
Right. Today is a totally different story.
I think if you were asking Chris Power, to be honest with you, off the record, he would have said, if I can get 3-4 innings out of Mitch, I'll be okay with that.
Sure.
He's now working into the 7th. Stallings, the senior, fires the 2-2, and it's popped back foul. Proctor throws away the mask, has it measured, and makes a fine play. There's not a lot of room behind home plate in this ballpark, but Proctor had enough to make the play.
That is turned around and was surprised it was still in here because there isn't much room behind home plate.
Pinch hitting for Georgia, number 6, Mitchell Webb.
And now a pinch hitter for Georgia. Mitchell Webb. Webb, a senior out of Dallas, Georgia. Trying to find a spark off the bench here. Georgia has never lost a regional at home. They have been extremely difficult to beat at Foley Field in the postseason. That is pitch number 100 from Stallings. And Scott Strickland did not agree with the call by home plate umpire Jeff Hendricks. Base hit. Left center. An aggressive turn, and holding up there will be Webb.
Wise decision right now. You can't afford to get thrown out on the bases when you're trying to find base runners. Good pinch hit. Good changeup from Stallings. Went down and got it. If you're going to do it, you're at the top of the order right here.
Tucker Bradley, the sophomore, 1 for 3. Has played well in this regional. Bradley not known for his power, but did hit a grand slam in the first game. A win over Campbell. Strike called, 91 miles an hour.
Still got a good fastball and locating well. I like the angle. Ball's downhill right there. Just on the corner.
And he waves goodbye. Strikeout of Bradley. On to second on the play was Webb. So you do have a runner in scoring position out of it for Aaron Shunk.
Looking for a big 2-out hit right here. The Georgia hitters are getting upset by calls and then not keeping focus on the next pitch. Chase that ball way out of the zone.
This is where the nerves start to enter the equation.
Breathe.
Start counting how many outs you have left to make up a 3-run deficit. Knowing what's on the line, the end of the season, and for some players, the end of your career staring you in the face. Jonathan India, the Florida Gators, has just been selected 5th in the Major League Draft.
Cincinnati Reds.
I guess somebody told him that while he was in the middle of his game against FAU. Perhaps one day we can move the draft to a day where the players aren't participating in the biggest games of the season.
A lot of the top draft picks takes a while to sign anyway.
Right. Hot shot up the middle. That's a base hit and will score a run. Webb rounding third. He'll be there without a throw. Georgia gets the run back here in the bottom half.
You're out hitting and win a lot of ball games, and right now you're trying to scratch and claw your way back. Aaron Shunk's second base hit with that mask on is a big one.
Well, we've talked about the importance of senior leadership on the mound in the form of Mitch Stallings. Here comes the senior Keegan Mcgovern to the plate. He has had trouble all day long with Stallings. He's 0 for 3. Hasn't hit the ball hard all day. Struck out. Hit one back to the pitcher. And then a weak pop-up to the third baseman. Mcgovern had 3 home runs before today in this regional. Can he finally solve the riddle that is Mitch Stallings? He represents the tying run here in the 7th. That's going to draw some oohs and ahs from the Georgia faithful.
That pitch is blown away.
Definitely outside, but the first one, McGovern and everybody in red thought this was outside.
Lucy didn't like it. He's out of the game.
What gave it away?
He doesn't have to like it.
1-2. McGovern, an academic All-American, an All-SEC selection. A guy who has put up better numbers every year and saved his best for this, his last year, his senior campaign. He certainly doesn't want to see his Georgia career end today. Ooh. Spoils that one.
Just off tip right there. He's been able to do that, has Stallings all day, but just throws that little wrinkle out of the way and has good success today getting those left-handers in.
McGovern hoping Stallings will make a mistake here, ahead in the count, 1-2. Stallings has had his number so far. Senior versus senior, elimination game at a regional. And a pressure-packed spot here in the bottom of the 7th. Goes back to that outside corner.
You can't have them both. That pitch is up and away. got the one down and away. This pitch is up right here. Couple steps.
He is feasting on that outer corner. Nice job by McGovern just to stay alive. You're not going to get much of a reaction. He's kind of like the anti-Griffin Conine. McGovern stoic, that same facial expression. Off the plate outside. This is just a battle of real estate, right? That outer corner just off the black. And with every pitch, you're just wondering, is Jeff Hendricks going to call ball or strike because they're so close?
They are. You get the one call, and then we've talked about it, you just kind of creep out a little further.
8th pitch of a pivotal at bat. Got him. Blew it by him. 91 miles an hour. McGovern 0 for 4. Georgia does get a run on an RBI single by Shunk. It's 6-4. A lot of punches thrown in this game. Georgia delivering the first blow up 2-0. Duke then responding, a couple of home runs by Griffin Conine, another one by Zach Cohn, and Duke leads it 6-4 as we enter the top of the 8th inning, and some changes for Georgia.
Tucker Bradley goes from right to center. Michael Curry goes from DH out to right field. LJ Talley will go to third. Aaron Shunk moves from third to the mound. And Trey Logan will enter the game into second base.
Other than that, not much changed, right?
Just about the entire team.
Just about half the squad out there.
Just moved around.
No, it's the first time we've seen Aaron Shunk pitch now with that mask. He's been one of the top cogs in that Georgia bullpen all year long, and obviously at this stage of the game, you got to go with your very best. A 2-run deficit for the Dogs. We've reached the 8th inning. Bottom third of the order up for the Blue Devils. Miller, Crabtree, and Lebowski. And again, that 8-hole hitter, hardly your average 8-hole hitter in Chris Crabtree, who's had one of the best tournaments thus far of anybody in the field.
This is impressive. You have to be in a little bit of pain from breaking your nose, and now the torque of what's right kind of keeps his head still for the most part. But most pitchers will whip that neck and the face turns. It's a tough kid.
One of the things you love about Shunk in this spot, since April the 1st, he's only walked one batter. He's a kid that throws strikes. Two and one the count on the Duke second baseman. Georgia will have the middle of the lineup due up in the home half of the 8th. And that'll include Michael Curry and Adam Sasser, a couple of guys that can certainly hit home runs.
Duke bullpen is no action. There are guys down there, but no one is throwing. So it's Stallings. It's your ball game.
Who would have thunk it? In the air, left center. On his horse is McGovern at the wall, makes the catch.
Every pop fly is an adventure. To left center. It's a big outfield and the ball carries. And there was no extension right there. He did pull his hands in. He did hit it solid. He's been on the top of the wall, but Keegan Mcgovern there to grab it.
Crabtree was intentionally walked his last time up. Before that, he had picked up a couple of more hits, making him 10 for 13 in this regional. 6 of the 10 hits have been for extra bases. I think it's safe to say at some point in this young man's career he'll be higher up in the batting order.
Probably around the 3 hole.
0-2.
Seeing a steady diet of curveballs from Shunk right now.
He chased, and he's done.
It's textbook right there. First pitch curveball, swing and a miss. Second pitch take. You want to climb the ladder? All right. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. 11th strikeout for Georgia pitching.
Lebowski, the 9-hole hitter.
The ability to get a breaking ball over first pitch. And when you're behind in the count, makes that fastball just explode. In this 92, it looks more like 94, 95 as a hitter.
Shunk in search of a 1-2-3 inning. And he'll get it in all likelihood. A pop up to center. It'll be the new center fielder, Bradley. Time now for our Capital One rewarding performance, and not surprisingly, it is Mitch Stallings, the senior, who has come through in a big way today.
I told Coach Pollard he wanted the baseball in this game. The senior didn't want to go out, sitting on the bench. Over 100 pitches, 7 innings pitched when his team desperately needed it right there. 114 pitches, 6 strikeouts, 7 hits. Just a gutsy performance when you know your bullpen is taxed for the most part and you have to put some innings in and go deep in a ball game. Right there, Mitch Stallings.
If you're going to win in the postseason, it can't just be your stars. Guys have to step up. He has in a big way. Erickson Nichols is the new third baseman for Duke. That's because the previous third baseman is on the mound. Jack Lebowski, one of their top relievers, will try to get the final 6 outs and send Duke to its first Super Regional. A sub-1 ERA, 9 saves. The numbers don't get much better than the ones Jack Lebowski possesses.
Not many walks, not too many strikeouts.
Curry hits it hard, but right at Heron and left.
5 outs.
Number 24, the first baseman, Adam Sasser.
One gone for Adam Sasser, the first baseman.
Like to get a little rally going here. Put together 4 or 5 batters, 6 batters come to bat. Maybe come around and get that lead off up in the 9th inning for Georgia. Lebowski's already gone 3 innings today in game 1.
He's played third in the first game, then worked 3 innings, then third today, and now asked to get 6 outs here. And quickly ahead on Sasser, 0-2. Quick work of Adam Sasser.
Just painting. Fastball, changeup, now the same arm slot, same arm speed. That one, the fastball. Perfect location.
2 gone for the sophomore shortstop, Cam Shepard. High chop over towards second. Miller leaps, makes the play. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Lebowski. We head to the 9th. Thank you very much, Mike Morgan, Greg Swindell. A towering fly ball, deep left field, off the bat of Heron, and it is into the trees and gone. An insurance run for Jimmy Heron off of Shunk, his 5th bomb of the year, and Duke is 1 step closer to history.
Everything going right in that batting order. Hanging breaking ball from Shunk. Boom. Got that ball elevated, and again, seems like a lot of them that do get that air underneath them just carry out of the ballpark.
Launch angle is something you hear a lot of in today's day and age of baseball at all levels. If you get the right launch angle the way the ball's been carrying here, good chance it's going to leave the yard. 4th home run for Duke. Remember, it's Georgia that's been the home run team for most of the year, not Duke. You expect it from Griffin Conine. You don't expect it from Heron and Cone, who have both gone yard today.
A lot of smiles in that dugout.
If you take it back to the first game between these 2 teams today, Duke has 6 home runs. 6 home runs. Mitch Stalling with the game of his life. Chris Crabtree with the weekend of his life. And that Duke bullpen, I mean, this plays right into the hands of what they do best. Get up late and turn it over to one of the best bullpens in the country. Proctor 1 for 4. Popped him up. And that'll be good for the first out of the inning tonight after Diamondbacks Giants catch SportsCenter with Stan and Neal in LA. They'll have Steve Levy and Mary Melrose joining them from DC to break down Game 4 between the Golden Knights and Caps. Plus an update on Serena after withdrawing from the French Open. And tonight in Major League Baseball, that's SportsCenter, 1 a.m. Eastern Time, 10 Pacific, on ESPN and the ESPN app. Cone with a home run cut. He had the big 3-run blast in the 3rd. In the air to center. Bradley giving chase. All he can do is turn tail and play it off the wall. A 1-out double for Zach Cone, and another chance to see Griffin Conine. Been a good day at the office for Mr. Conine.
Yes, gets a breaking ball over the plate, hits that one up on top of the scoreboard out in right field, then just launches one to left center, opposite field for him. They're going to walk him right here.
Can't say I blame him. The way Griffin Conine has been seeing the baseball. The man behind him, Lo Perfido, is 0 for 4. Been a fun day for the entire Conine family. think for a lot of people today seeing Duke for the first time, first of all, Duke is no longer a well-kept secret. They won a lot of games in a good league in the ACC for a reason. And second, if they continue to play like this, if they start to have the rotation pick it up a bit, we know the bullpen's not going to be anything but consistent. And the way they've been swinging the bats, I wouldn't want to face this team in a super regional if they get there.
No. I mean, especially the way they're swinging the bat. I mean, they're obviously hot. They're obviously feeling confident about the results. Yeah, if you can get a little bit off the mound of starting pitching, you know you have the bullpen. It'll be interesting.
Looking ahead to the bottom of the ninth. Not the best scenario for Georgia. It's the bottom third of the order. Georgia led this game 2-0 at the end of 2, and then Duke put a 5 spot on the board in the third. Georgia made it 5-3 in the fourth. But Duke has led from the third inning on. If Duke holds on, it would be their 4th come-from-behind victory in their 4 wins here. You're talking about a team that was nearly eliminated by Campbell. Took a furious 9th inning rally in an elimination game just to make it for another day.
Were they down 8-1 before that?
8-1 going into the 7th inning. Remember, we had the lengthy lightning delay. They were down 7 runs to Campbell. Nothing that man said seemed to do much. They just couldn't get off the mat. But when they did, everything turned from that point on. Shunk wanted that one, and so too did the Georgia faithful. Fido just making a habit of spoiling offerings from Shunk here to stay alive.
Well, they have a lot of plate coverage.
Yep.
If the ball's outside, keep fighting it off.
Off the plate, no. A delayed strike 3 on a pitch that certainly looked outside.
You called it a delayed strike 3 from Jim Hendricks back there. Jeff Hendricks behind home plate. Those eyes tell it all.
Shunk might have gotten a break on that call. Second out of the inning. Kenny Taylor, 3 strikeouts sandwiched in between, a walk. Duke has a chance to make a lot of history this year. They've already made some. They've set a school record in strikeouts They were nationally ranked for 13 consecutive weeks. That's the first time that's happened in the 36-year history of one of the major polls. Now trying to make their first super regional. Line shot, base hit. Cone rounding third. Bradley will throw it into second, and an important insurance run comes to the plate. 8-4 Blue Devils.
He's making good pitches and trying to get greedy right there. Try to just throw it on the outer half, and it came back across the plate. A huge base hit right there by Kenny Taylor and a big RBI.
Duke has 9 hits, and they've made the most of them. 8 runs on those 9 hits. First pitch is a ball to Max Miller. There's only 3 regionals left in action. We've got 3 SEC schools represented in those: Georgia, Ole Miss, and Florida. Five SEC teams already in the supers. The record is 6. 3 still alive, but Georgia's running out of breath.
Tennessee Tech giving Ole Miss everything they can. Tie ball game in the 5th.
Scoreless game in the 5th.
Scoreless.
I can't believe Tennessee Tech has enough in that bullpen on that staff to still be putting goose eggs on the board against Ole Miss in that offense. That's the most shocking thing to me. Line shot right into the glove of Shepard. Last call for the Dogs. 8-4, 7-8-9 will come to the plate for Georgia. NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. The final hope for the Georgia Bulldogs season rests in the home half of the night at Foley Field against the Duke Blue Devils, who came in as the number 2 seed, lost the first game, had to go through the losers bracket, had to beat Georgia twice today. They came from behind to win the first game. They trailed 2-0 here in the second game. They lead it by 4 runs here in the bottom of the ninth. Lebowski still on the bump for Duke. He's been sensational all year long. He disposed of Georgia on 6 pitches in the 8th. 6-0 Troy defeated Duke in game 1. They only scored 1 run in the first 15 innings here in Athens. Then the bats came alive. The pitching did just enough. And the pitching dominating in a big way today with Mitch Stallings, the best start of his life in the biggest game of his senior campaign. L.J. Talley, the 7-hole hitter, will try to pick up his 3rd hit and get something going for Georgia. Georgia's never lost a regional here in Athens.
8 pitches by Lebowski, 8 strikes since coming in the game.
That's getting it done, isn't it?
Strike machine. From Georgia, scooting up to the plate. Everything's been away, away, away.
Duke went 55 years after 1961 when they made it to Omaha. 55 years without tasting the postseason. They made it 2 years ago, got bounced in 2 games. That was in Columbia. Popped up, short right. Conine giving chase, and he'll make the grab. 2 outs away from what would be a historic season for Duke, in that they've never made a super regional. Those were adopted in 1999. And of course, that's a best 2 out of 3 format, so Duke would be 2 wins away from its first World Series since 1961.
Just a historic comeback, down to 2 outs, going home and coming back and winning 4 straight.
That is Keegan Mcgovern. All he can do right now is look on. The senior who's had such a great year and a fine career in Athens. But it's 2 outs away from coming to an end. Mason Meadows going to try to provide a spark here. Meadows chops one to third. That's Nichols. Low throw and dug out nicely by Loperfido.
Big time pick over there. Keep that base runner off. Waited for the short hop, got it. Didn't get a real good grip on it, but what a pick over there.
Patrick Sullivan will pinch hit for Georgia. Sullivan, a sophomore from Sandy Springs, Marist High School. And he looks at strike 1. Who would have thought, with 6 teams from the ACC, the top ones going down at home? Florida State, Clemson, NC State. Duke could be grabbing the headlines from the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Lebowski, just nothing fancy, nothing overpowering. Pitches, I mean, fastball changing. Outside pitches, hadn't really moved the location at all.
And now Georgia down to its final strike. Well, he's what you want out of a closer. He's got good stuff, and he doesn't walk people.
You rely on him. He's going to throw strikes.
The 2-2. It's only the 7th NCAA tournament for Duke. And again, just the 2nd in over a half century. And Georgia in jeopardy of losing their first regional on their home field in the history of the program. Been a breakthrough year for this Georgia program that has struggled. Finally got back on the winning side of the ledger, competed in the SEC. Able to garner a top 8 national seed. If they won this game, they would get to stay at home and take on Texas Tech. Duke now would love nothing more than a trip to Lubbock. Payoff pitch to shortstop. Here's Cone. And a wide throw. And then the runner's out because he overran. Sullivan took a turn towards second and gets tagged. What a bizarre way to end it. But Duke is going to the Super Regionals for the first time in history.
A bizarre ending for Georgia right there. You always have a winner, always have a loser.
Yep.
Unfortunately, you have a loser. But congratulations to the Blue Devils. They came here to Athens and earned a berth in the Super Regional.
Well, I mean, they simply outplayed Georgia twice today.
Yeah.
And that's not an easy thing to do. on Georgia's field. Pitching stepped up. The hitting really stepped up in the last couple of days. Duke looked dead and buried. It's not very often you trail 4 times in must-win situations, and you come from behind all 4 times to win a regional. That rarely happens, if ever, especially when you're not at home. Duke does it on Georgia's field.